Have you ever thought about taking Arceus and then taking Venusaur and then combining them in one card? Well, I think that's exactly what Mega Alteria is, dealing up to 130 damage with the massive 190 HP for stage 1. Yo, what's going on today, guys? We're back here for another video. We are going to be featuring Mega Alteria, one of the best, if not best, Mega Pokemon from the new Mega Rising set. And this deck, the specific variant of the deck, has been winning so many tournaments so far, dude, since the first week of the set. And I just wanted to showcase it on my channel. So let's go to the deck list. So this deck is going to be playing two Swablues, the one that does Sing. You could play the other one, but I think the Sing can, sometimes be more important. It could get that clutch win for you. We have two Mega Alterias. We have the two Chinglings. Chinglings are extremely broken, locking your opponents out of Pokeballs or rare candies. And then we have the two Jirachis for the Bench Snipe 30. It can also hit the active, which makes it much better than something like Hitmonlee. Then, if you don't know, we have the Sableye here. The Sableye is just here for that Oricorio, that bird that we hate. 70 damage. You do have to discard a card, but you should only be doing this once or twice max. So hopefully it doesn't matter for the game-winning play. But you could always deal with Oricorios with Jirachi, like worst case scenario, attack like two Jirachis and then a Chingling KO, I guess, if it's like the very last points you do need. Anyways, probably not realistic. But for the supporters, we are going to be playing the two Pokeballs, two red cards, two Professor Research, one Sabrina, one Cyrus, one Copycat, one Mars, and the one Lycia, as we have 4 basic Pokemon. I actually meant 6 basic Pokemon that all have 50 HP and under. This specific build was built by Naromi, who ended up winning the biggest Pokemon Pocket Tour of Mega Rising at around 800 players. But I think that's enough yapping about the deck. Let's just showcase off how to play it. You know what? We're going first. Fine, because we have Chingling, bro. Oh. Like, we have everything. We genuinely have everything we could want. Not only that, but we have the Lycia, which is just crazy work. That should be guaranteed Jirachi, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's guaranteed Jirachi, unless we get the second Chingling, second Swablu. But I want to say it's almost guaranteed. We are going up against Suicune, which Chingling is going to be putting in some work because they will not be able to evolve actually into their things. I'm going to put the Lycia down 100%. And I don't think we need to put anything else down yet. We need to get Jirachi. Nah, in case they do for some reason play Repel, I will put down this. But yeah, this Chingling is generally going to be putting in some work. They will not be able to evolve into their Greninjas unless they are for some reason playing Frogadier. And we will just be able to go into Mega Alteria in the following 2 turns. Nuke the Suicune. Hopefully. Dude, I'm going to combo that off the Mars. So they don't have any way to like access like a giant cape. They didn't place anything down. So they kind of like, they might have not had anything. But, or what they probably did was they probably had Pokeballs, but because of Chingling, they can't do anything. And then definitely going to place the Immersive down. Matches the back, by the way. Matches the back. And, I mean, at this point, I'm going to place the second one down. Because we could potentially get Red Card or Mars. They will be getting a KO anyways. So in case that situation does happen, I'd rather draw another basic card rather than have the, rely on drawing 2 back. But I mean, I just have the God position, bro. Like my opponent, if he puts energy on the front Suicune, can't do anything. If I Mars him into no useful Pokemon or just Pokeballs, he can't play the game. And as you can see here, they already conceded. This is what makes this deck so strong. This card right here, which generally might be one of the new best cards in the game. They do come back. They use the Professor Research. They place down the second Suicune. They do put it on the active. They are going for the attack. Doesn't matter though, bro. They have no more attackers. And even if they did, it doesn't matter, bro. Because they're not going to be able to do anything to this Mega Alteria. And there's no way for them to get 2 KOs before I simply attack them twice. And just because I can, well, not just because I can, I kind of have to. But we're going to place down Sableye. And then we're just going to, you know what? I was going to Copycat because he had a 6-card hand. But I don't need to. Like, yeah, they put Suicune into no energy. I win the game regardless, but with the Sabrina, it guarantees me to just win next turn because they can't place anything else down. But not like I said, bro, not like it mattered because we could easily just, if we wanted to, swap in like Jirachi or do some damage before Alteria if we really didn't want to take any damage. But like we just attacked twice, bro. Like there's no way a Suicune can do 190 in 1 turn. Even with double Greninja. So we have the Sabrina. No point of BMing. Using the red card. Might as well just attack right away. Opponent actually lets me attack, dude. Respect to them. Knock out the Froakie. And like I said, bro, that just shows how powerful Chingling can be. But with like that 6-card hand, it was pretty obvious. They probably had at least like 1 or 2 Pokeballs that they just couldn't use because of Jingling. So that's just the power of how broken the card is. We're going second this time. It's fine by me. Let's just see what we open with. We have double Jingling and Swablu. I'm going to be so real. I'm going to keep that. I don't want to get red carded. So I'm going to put both of them down because I think both of them are going to be extremely useful in this match. It's going to actually be the Chandelure deck, which is kind of funny because we just featured that on the channel. If you haven't watched, you can go back and actually watch it. The deck surprisingly was cooking. Okay. Dude, I'm going to be real. I'm going to be so real. I'm just gonna Mars them. The 5 next turn we're gonna copycat. We're just gonna get Mega Alteria. I don't care what they do. I mean, they can't knock me out unless they have Geo, which would be very surprising. I mean, even if they did, I don't mind. We locked them out of our candy, so they can't evolve into Chandelure. I mean, they can't evolve into that, but I'm not scared of that personally. All right, let's just see what we draw. We get a red card. So red card would have been nice if they actually did play more cards in their hand, because we could have red carded back to 3, then copycat. I mean, we have 2 Mega Alterias. I feel pretty confident in actually drawing it. I actually should have wasted the red card so we don't draw it back. I wonder if that comes up. That doesn't come up. Is what it is though. Like, we still have plenty of ways to actually go back into it. We do have Jirachi now, which might potentially be nice. But I think what I should have done is I probably should have not Mars them. I should have used Copycat on the previous turn. But I was kind of trying to be cheeky, bro, and kind of brick them, which it does look like it is working. Because they might not be able to play any Pokeballs, and I feel like they would have probably played something down if they had something besides this. Although, I mean, to be honest, they could discard my Mega Alteria, which would absolutely suck. But I'm just going to pray it doesn't come to that solution. Let's see. Okay, Lycia is something I don't mind. I generally think that was actually a good top deck for us because now our Professor Research has a higher chance to give us something we want. And like, once again, I don't know if it's because of the Jingling or they generally don't have anything. But they haven't used any Pokeballs yet, so that's one benefit. Did we just get it? No, we actually don't, bro. Now we actually might be in a pretty weird situation. I'm just going to place down the Sableye because we might as well. Like, worst case scenario, like we could, I guess we might as well set up on it because, you know, it's 2 energy only. And we already have 2 on Swablu, but we can just use Jingling. I mean, we have a second Professor Research. And if they still don't have any Pokemon cards, we just win. Second Professor Research, however, they have to draw the basic. They cannot rely on a Pokeball. Okay, that's fine by me. I don't care if they get a second one. I just need them not to discard a Mega Alteria or this game might be cooked. That's fine by me. We now have a 50% chance because we draw 1 card plus a Professor Research. That's 3 cards out of 6. But I'm just going to put Swablu in the lead because I know for a fact we're going to get it because there's no way it's bottom 3, right? Exactly. Also, we are going to Professor Research because yes, we do get a second one, which is absolutely perfect. I didn't want that to get discarded. And I'm going to go in this one because it looks better. And I'm going to be real. We do have a lose condition. We do lose to Sabrina. Rare Candy Chandelure. However, if that happens, it happens. We played the best we could. Our opponent did brick, but we also bricked as well by not actually finding the Mega Alteria fast enough. I do think, though, I did misplay with the Mars. I did just get greedy because I just was kind of hoping to draw it anyways without using the Copycat. Or just even the Copycat to 3. Aerodactyl Chandelure is kind of a crazy tech, bro. What the hell? They are using May, which is good. Now we don't lose to Sabrina. However, kind of doesn't matter because they are playing Pure Fire. So now that I'm thinking about it, Chandelure makes it so you can't use items, right? So you can't play fossils now that I'm thinking about it. So that's why this person took so long to be able to place those down, is just what I'm going to assume. I actually kind of want to test that out, to be honest. That is actually something I'm very curious about now. It's just nothing I ever thought about, the fact that fossils are an item card. Anyways, doesn't even matter if they evolve in the Aerodactyl, because 1, we do have Sabrina, and then 2, I mean, it can't attack anyways. Oh my god, this is fine. We have the second Alteria, and it doesn't give them a KO. It just shuffles it back in the deck. So this is fine by me. But this guy was playing a cheese deck. Was actually pretty close, to be fair. However, doesn't matter. Because like I said, we do have the second one set up. Thank God we didn't get any of the like cards discarded, whether that be Swablu or Mega Alteria. And they do concede, although we would actually win a Sabrina Sableye, obviously. Okay, we are going first, and we are not starting with Chingling. However, we do have Jirachi, which is probably what I'm going to lead. I'm not going to lie, this isn't looking too good, specifically because this is probably Entei. Would have loved to start Chingling just to prevent that Blaziken. However, it is still fine as we open the red card. I'm going to just play some... I'm going to place 2 Swablus down. Might need to go into that. I probably will just set up 1 energy on Swablu before I go attacking with Jirachi. I'm kind of hoping this guy does swap out. Like I wouldn't even mind an Entei swap out. But I think regardless, we kind of have to just red card here. We can't really let the guy get Blaziken. And yeah, we just kind of can't let that happen. If I top deck the person that kind of would have been sick, probably would have actually went into that. Nah, I probably wouldn't. I'll probably just still set up on Mega Alteria. So yeah, we're just gonna do this and then place it down. I mean, we have 2 cards. If they want to red card me, go ahead. I don't even care. And if they even try to swap out, like we just do damage with Jirachi, and like that 30 damage will be super impactful. Yep. Okay. So they get another Pokeball. Probably gonna be, oh no, he's gonna be Eevee. This might be a Sylveon version. Okay, it's 2 energies on Torchic. That's fine by me, to be honest. And we had a second Jirachi, actually. That's kind of fire. Could just place down a Sableye, but I think I'm just gonna go with like double Jirachi back to back and kind of just see what happens. At this point, like we should just be chilling. All right, you know what? I was kind of expecting Flareon. I mean, Flareon could still exist in the deck, don't get me wrong. But because it was EVX, I was kind of not expecting Sylveon. Because I feel like people usually run the other one, but it actually kind of makes sense to no, actually EVX kind of makes sense, dude. Because EVX can knock out the baby Pokemon such as Chingling that gives Torchic, you know, all the trouble. And yeah, I think they just realized, I mean, there's just kind of nowhere safe for Torchic now. In the spot it is. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we just go with second Jirachi, we snipe the Torchic, and they kind of really can't do anything. Like, there's really nothing, yeah, there's just nothing my opponent can do. We can even see what we do draw into, like maybe we do get like a Chingling actually. But now we just get our second red card. I mean, we might as well. I mean, they didn't place a second Torchic down. I don't really mind if they do at this point. I'm just trying to kind of get cards out of my hand, and I'm just gonna place the Sableye, bro. Like maybe I could have saved it for Chingling. I think it's fine just to go into this. Hopefully I'm actually saying that Pokemon's name right, because I feel like I'm saying it wrong for some reason. However, yeah, Jirachi is clutch. I think the fact that Jirachi can actually snipe both the active and the bench is like the reason it's way better than the other bench snipers, such as like Hitmonlee, for example. Yeah, it doesn't even matter if they get second Torchic, because we will just Sabrina it in. They could have placed an Eevee down, but doesn't matter. Yeah, we're just gonna Sabrina it in. Might as well get the guaranteed win. And the Sylveon can't do anything. And unless they have freaking Elder, we win this game guaranteed, bro. And even if we do, we win this game guaranteed. Anyways, Mega Alteria, bro. Let's just go in. They just can see they already know it's over. Not the most interesting game because they didn't get the Blaziken. However, that is the price to pay if you play Blaziken. The way they are playing this tells me they have Leaf. I could evolve into, like, I don't want to evolve into this. Or maybe they're just expecting. I'm gonna second red card. I don't know, just on some hunch, and then we're just gonna put it to sleep. I really don't want to take the damage, and I want to get like a KO first, or like even just like put it to sleep, or like build something else up, like. Because we're gonna use Copycat, draw like a whole new hand. They do stay asleep. That's actually huge. Like this, they could evolve. They can evolve. They get rid of it. But in case they don't, this puts me in a really good position. And they actually concede. That's interesting. I don't think they could have. I think they could have won that match. However, scared of the Swablu. Okay, we're going second with Swablu. Not really optimal. Would love to have anything else in the active spot. Especially when it is going to be potentially a daycare deck. It is playing water energy with the Pichu. So I don't know what that's about unless it's Dragonite, which is something that could be possible. I'm starting to think it might be Dragonite. All right. We have the red card, which definitely going to happen. Although they didn't place Dratini down, I'd rather not. I guess we don't red card until they place something down. Definitely going to Professor Research first. Actually, that Chingling is broken, by the way. Wait, hold up. Nah, yeah, I think I know what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to swap out, dude, and just start attacking. And then we use the Pokeball. I kind of want to just get cards out of my hand. And then they could never rare candy into a Dragonite. Sure, man. Second Swablu, like, sure. Definitely would rather have kind of like a Jirachi. Red card for 6. But if I red card them and they don't... Maybe I red card next. I think I'm going to red card next turn. Because they can't use any Pokeballs. They might have got the Dratini search, which sucks. Which I feel like maybe I should have red carded. But I think I could red card next turn because they're going to search for Cleffa again. So I don't want them to get Dragonair. It's basically why I want to not do that this turn. Yeah. This is fine. This is actually really good for me. Yep. It's going to ramp up the energy. We didn't get hand disrupted, so we keep the red card. And, oh, we even get the Jirachi, dude. That's actually fire. We can do that next turn because we might need to put some offensive pressure on that Dratini. We could do it now, but I don't like the fact that I don't have any energy on Swablu. If I didn't open Swablu, I think would have went in now. However, I guess it's not the worst case scenario. Because what I could just do is just put Chingling back in and then ramp it up, right? So you know what? I red carded, man. Like, they surely don't have Dragonite. I think I'm going to go on the offensive just because of the fact that, yeah, I think that just makes sense for me. Because if they don't have it, now they do lose. They have to have 2 cards out of 4. And they already wasted a Professor Research. They do have the Dragonair, which is fine by me. I wonder if they actually go in and attack, which, yeah, they actually are, which kind of annoying, not going to cap. But it kind of just is what it is. All I need to do at this point is... I guess I could have waited one more turn, but they had the Dragonair, so it didn't matter anyways. That Pokeball is nice because we definitely want to get another basic, because we're going to need 3 basics to be able to 2-tap this thing. Hopefully they don't have red. And I kind of want to red card them again, but I don't know if that's extremely greedy. Because I feel like they win because they have Dragonite. Yeah, I'm going to red card again because, I mean, when am I ever going to red card? Yeah, I don't want to have both Dragonite plus Lily. Like, that is my lose condition. How many more Pokeballs? We have no Pokeballs, but we have 2 more base. Yeah, we have 2 more basics, plus we have Lycia, so we have options to get more Pokemon. They do have Dragonite, which is not something I'm looking forward to because I do lose to Sabrina. However, they could just not have Lyra, which is something I'm hoping they don't have. Or I actually have so many cards to win. Like, I think the best card to draw, honestly, would be Mars. Mars, I think, wins me the game. Unless, you know, specifically top deck one of those cards. Because can't Lyra or Sabrina actually at the same turn. And they can't actually... Oh! Never mind, bro. They can't use red plus Lyra on the same turn. So I'm actually chilling. Unless they place down a freaking fossil, bro. Fossil red would go crazy. But this should be a guaranteed victory. They can't swap out. They got Cyrus. So, yep. They can't even use something like a Repel. I wonder if they just stay in. Or if they like go for like another Dratini. Yeah, they're just going to wait. I wonder if... I feel like they are playing damage boosting cards because of the Megas. However, like I said, doesn't matter, dude. Cyrus, bring in the Dragonite. And there's just nothing they can do at this point. Because we could easily just go in the Jirachi and then snipe one of these baby Pokemon. I wonder if they just concede on the spot. They obviously don't. Like, I don't know, man. Maybe they put a Palkia? Like a Palkia? I don't know, man. Like Misty Flip kind of go crazy. But yeah, they just concede. Anyways, that's GG's, bro. And I know I can't attack yet, but I just attack next turn, right? Like, what is this guy going to do against me? I could have red carded, but I mean, they haven't played anything down yet, so... You know what? I think that's the perfect way to end the video. Dodging the TRG with the solo 19 turner Gumi. Obviously, we didn't have the most competitive matches in this video. It was more just showcasing out how the deck works and how to basically play the deck. And it is hard, not gonna lie. I said I wouldn't mind rank being on personally, even though I did say it was a bad decision in the ranked update video. However, I'm now regretting even mentioning that I would be okay with it for a little bit, because one, I can't play tournaments because of work. They're always at a bad time for me. But it's very hard to get super competitive matches sometimes in casuals. Like I could record for 3 hours and just get a bunch of casual players. So while we don't have ranked, just always just as like a FYI, it's mainly going to be showcasing how to pilot and play the deck rather than going to be that super competitive level that we have seen throughout the last 4 seasons. I just do want to give that disclaimer in case somebody types in the comments, oh, you're only beat with meme decks. Well, this deck is winning tournaments, so obviously this deck is still good. I just wanted to feature it on my channel. But I'm pretty sure most of you guys already knew that. It was just for like those 2 people out of 1,000. Anyways, like always, peace out. Have a lovely day.